After some thinking, I thought the right topic to cover today, and rather than write about it, to do a video because of all the interrelationships that it has, is the dollar index along with equities and commodities. I've already written at the early part of the year that I saw a potential shift happening from equity to gold. We're already seeing that, and possibly to even commodities for some time. And we're seeing some volatility in commodities. They moved up since I first wrote that in the long short report in December, and corrected somewhat, and then again moved up in the last month. You're still seeing an up move in the precious metals, and today we've seen a bump up in crude as well. Copper is the only commodity which is appearing to give up. So I just wanted to go over what the dollar index is doing and how it really behaved in the past in relation to all of these classes, so that we get an idea of what might lie ahead. So this is the dollar index chart. I've already discussed that it could be forming a base triangle with wave E closer to the 80 mark. On Friday, we broke below that level, and we started heading down. Now, I must add that the momentum, which you can see as an indicator on the upper end of the graph, has gone into sell, or is going into sell this quarter on the dollar index, but it's already gone into sell on the euro, which is has the most significant weightage on the dollar index. So the dollar index has been mostly weakening because of the European currencies, and the same is true on the monthly time frame. It's given a sell on the monthly time frame as sell as well, and it did so recently on the weekly time frame. So this is what became concerning, that it was really bottoming out in the near term. It should have held these lows and not moved to the sell side. It's broken both, and further confirmation would be below the 70.5 mark, and once that happens, I think then this sideways contracting range that we've seen would have led to a development of a trend which takes us much lower on the dollar index. I've also posted a couple of months back the potential of the larger triangle completing. If we saw what we are seeing is a rally in the commodity space, and that's beginning to happen. So in that sense, this larger triangle does form below the 79.5 mark. Okay, I'm sorry, I said 75. It's 79.5. That's the confirmation level below which we would think a larger move down on the dollar index, all the way down to 75, would have started. That should be particularly good for continue to be good for gold. But most would look at the dollar index as also a risk on risk off indicator, and when you actually plot it along with the S&P, you see that the relationship has not really always worked with equities, though it has worked better with commodities. So we look at that interrelationship right now, and also see how it worked in the latter part of 2008, 2007, and why the same could actually repeat. So the first thing that we would start expecting is a move down in the dollar index, and that's irrespective of what equities are doing. So let's look at that. Now we're looking at this chart. I've plotted three indicators. The first is the blue, the light blue is the dollar index. The second is in green, the S&P index, and third is the dark pink, magenta is copper. Now we're looking at the period which starts with the US equity market topping out, which is somewhere around October of 2007. So I put a line there. You can see that US equities continued to fall from there all the way into sometime in March of that year, and then we saw a rebound. Now look at the dollar index at the bottom. It did not exactly go up during that time period. There could be different reasons why that happens. Even though most of the gains in various equity markets, including emerging markets, were associated with the falling dollar, as money moved into emerging markets and commodities most between 2003 and 2007. In the final leg, when the corrective process started, you can see here the dollar index continued to fall, and the reason might be money actually moving out of US equity assets into probably gold, treasuries, and so on, maybe other, or maybe it's money that's invested by international investors in the US that were actually pulling back. And it's much later when the third round of selling started, which I'm marking again here by a blue line. This is the the major round of selling, that you saw not just equities but commodities as well go down. So you notice that during this period up to March, and I'll put a vertical line there. During this period, gold prices and actually went up throughout this time, and then peaked somewhere there, and then you saw crude prices continue to go up much later into June and July, and then sell off with the rest of the equity market. And copper, which is an industrial metal often associated with economic activity, was weak in the initial part of the decline into December, along with equities. But as the dollar continued to fall and gold and crude moved up, copper rebounded and tried to retest its previous high, not surpassing it, but retesting it into March, while the dollar was still at the lower levels. So essentially, you got a rebound in commodities, even while equities were weak for some time. Even in copper, where you did see initial weakness, it got a rebound. So now we look at exactly what is happening right now. I've already shown the dollar index chart. We can see, if I actually spread it out a little bit, we can see that the dollar has been weakening for some time, even as equities have continued to go up. What we have seen though is recently, starting from December of this year, we are seeing gold prices begin to move up, and right now we are witnessing that the dollar index is beginning to break key levels, and if a further fall occurs, then we could be looking at a much further decline in the dollar index. Now you're already seeing copper fall, except for pausing sometime in between while equities were doing well. It started falling once again. Now copper may be an early indication of weakness, and if you do see an equity sell-off happen along with the dollar index actually falling, which is what rising gold and treasury prices are indicating, then it should not be a surprise. So the whole idea of mine here was to indicate that just because the dollar starts falling, it need not necessarily be positive for equities, because gold and treasuries are already indicating some kind of risk of happening. Today, crude itself has actually opened above the 103, 104 mark that I was mentioning, and it already looks like it's got extensions for whatever reason, which may be external. But all said, the chart is beginning to show extensions, so that opens up the possibility of it moving up to 106, maybe to 111. So that's there. You have two commodities heading higher in that space. Copper seems the odd one out, and therefore, if I just use the same analogy from 2008, what I might say is that if you do get an equities correction, copper could find support maybe around the $3 mark and join the other commodities in a rebound before you actually get an across the board commodity sell off, which might happen only when the dollar actually starts going up. And like I said, that support would probably come in at around 75, so that might be some time away. So these are the alternate possibilities. You still do not have a clear confirmation of a larger sell-off in US equities, but what you do have, or what you are getting early signals of, is a further sell-off in the dollar index, which could be positive for gold. We are seeing that turning out to be positive for crude as of today, and copper appears still to be in a decline, but at some point it might find support and bounce back if the dollar continues to fall. And a good support, now that it's broken the 3.2 mark, $3.2 mark, would be closer to the $3, 3.03 range, where it would get the next round of support. That's all in this update from me for the 3rd of March 2014. Thank you.